What a week of Champions League football. Look at this week now. See goals everywhere, shockers everywhere. Barcelona did us proud yesterday. Is it us? Is it us? It depends on how you want to see it, but they did a fantastic job. Rashford scored 2 brilliant goals yesterday to make that game, to win that game for Barcelona 2 goals to 1. This is why he is at Barcelona. As Flick was talking about him after the game, that he trusts Rashford and all that. Let's see. Let's hope that this is going to be from yesterday is going to be a good thing going for him, because he needs to do very well if probably Barcelona will retain him for next season. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Gordon. Today, again, the Champions League and the Haaland man. Oh, Haaland is fantastic. Haaland has scored 50 Champions League goals in just 49 appearances.
Perfect.
That guy is a machine.
Yes.
He's looking like he's going to break all the records of that Champions League. Now, if he's even extended features to there, he's going to play more games than Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. So hopefully he's going to break that record. Fantastic boy, fantastic. Just 24 years old and he's scoring this amount of goals. Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Fantastic morning to you, Godwin, and to all our listeners joining us this morning. It's a fantastic morning. Last night was something sublime. The king came back to the city ground, and his boys had to put emotions aside and give them down that X in that encounter. Fantastic supply from Foden, fantastic goal for Doku and for Haaland. This is reminiscent of the city that I know and that I love, and I'm happy that if you saw, like, there's something the analyst yesterday said, that if you see the way Haaland reacts in split seconds, you know that you have a goat in the striking position.
Good morning, Nonso.
Good morning, Godwin. You already talk about the match before the match even starts. But it's good to be here again, because the Premier League won. EPL that we support won. But I'm disappointed at Newcastle, that's what I have to say. But until we talk, I will talk about it in details. John has already finished talking about it in details. So let's talk about it in details. Welcome to the show, guys.
Don't mind me, I'm excited.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
Overjoyed, you wonder.
Yes, now.
Yeah, officially, Jose Mourinho has been named as Benfica's new manager. So we're going to talk about that, what he's going to bring at Benfica. Fantastic man. I like him personally. I like his character. He is the special one. The only special one. Nobody can be the special one again. He is the one and only special one when it comes to football. Okay, let me give you the features of the results of the game that happened yesterday. I will talk about most of them. The early kickoff in Copenhagen 2, Bayer Leverkusen 2. Bayer Leverkusen scored last two late goals to draw that game 2-2. Club Brugge beat Monaco 4 goals to 1. A fantastic game. Galatasaray without Osimhen lost 5 goals to 1 away to Frankfurt, even though they scored first in that game, but they considered 5. Obviously, Sporting Lisbon won Karat 4 goals to 1. The big ones: Newcastle 1, Barcelona 2, Man City 2, Napoli 0. They got a record in that game, and unfortunately for them, I know that when they got that record in the first half, I knew it was over. There is no way you're going to get a result at the Etihad with 10 man. But let's see. We're going to talk about all these games in details. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can go there and drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Remember, we are live at Vote FM Sports on YouTube. Okay, let's start with the Newcastle versus Barcelona. Rashford. I like Rashford. Because Rashford silenced St. James's Park with 2 breathtaking goals. If you look at that goal, fantastic player he is. Even though I think Hansi Flick trusts him, but that's why they brought him to Barcelona. He's a good player. You could see he can shoot. That second goal was a work class. Look at that strike. He just shattered the whole net to score that second goal. But fantastic game in general. Barcelona obviously controlled the game. That's what everybody was expecting. They controlled the game and they won this game. It was a comfortable game for them. 2 goals to 1.
Comfortable win, no doubt about it. I think everybody can now see what I've been saying for the last how many months, talking about Rashford at Manchester United during his time there. The potential is there, the ability is there. You just need the right person to bring you under his arm and tell you, bro, look at how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. And he delivered like nobody
Wait,
expected.
now he needs somebody to bring him and say this is how it's going to be. I thought he's a professional footballer. He doesn't need someone to teach
Yeah,
him his
I
job.
told you that. You see, this is what we saw last season. I know Alex is listening. Alex was bantering Foden last season that what was his numbers. These guys are Gen Z. Know how you want to talk, and these guys are Gen Z. Phil Foden had mental health issues last year that impacted his performance on the pitch. At a certain point in time, wasn't being fielded by Guardiola. Look at him come out of that and start performing this season now. We've seen his performances in the Premier League and even in the Champions League by the assist he set up for Haaland in that encounter. When this guy was going through the whole thing at Manchester United, it's as if the whole Manchester United problem is on his head. He was carrying it back then. His performance dropped. He started acting out. And when you see these guys acting out, bro, you need to look deeper than what the periphery is. And you can see him go somewhere else where there is no pressure, where there is nobody looking at how much you are earning in a week. You are going there, you are playing with other people who are successful, who are doing well, and you have the freedom to try one or two things. Imagine you try something like this and you miss it in England. You're on the tabloid for the next 2 weeks. But you come here, you can do one or two things. We saw him in preseason. You saw him in this encounter. You saw the finisher, the potent finisher that we know that he can be. And that he has been one or twice at Manchester United, scoring 30 goals a season. We saw him yesterday. Simple.
Okay, and also that game in general, Rashford did well, but generally, Barcelona team did well as a whole. When you come to England, it's always tough to play in England, but it was relatively an easy game for them.
And English boy,
Wait till you talk now.
Because
the Barcelona
English boy,
team did the thing. The whole Barcelona team did well. Now the key phrase with that.
that's what I say.
And again, you see, I'll go back to the statement that says when the whole team is doing well, everybody is a star player.
Oh wow.
That's why Jack Grealish for Man City is not a flop. With
Oh,
100 million and 4 goals, it's not a flop. But at Manchester, where the whole team is, you find a scapegoat.
Yes, normal.
At Manchester, there was on the pitch. I will say it again, on the pitch there were no leaders. Now you excuse the fact that these are Gen Z players. You need to caution them. You need to pamper them. We're not saying the same thing about Manchester United case. You said it's a lie. They are good players. They should be held accountable. All of that. That the manager is to be at fault. In the Barcelona setup, you have leaders on the side starting. You have manager who, I think you look at them and you see young players. You're seeing him with the age of the Lamine Yamal who are doing well, bro. You have to sit up, and manager is seated like a father. Amorim is just coming in, so we'll not blame Amorim. But at some point, Ole, when he hits those numbers that just was hand,
Ole.
when it's Ole, and what was Ole like? Ole was a club legend and a father figure in the dressing room. You get? Now it depends on how the backroom staff treats you and how your teammates. How many leaders you have on the side as your teammate in each position. Look at the game. Rashford was not starting as a 9, which is what John has always been singing for him to start as a 9. There's always going to be a 9 in the side for Rashford to do well. That's another setup you need to look at Rashford from. If he starts as a single 9, the number no dey dey. But when a 9 is there, it gives him that room for the 9 to hold up play and him disguising his run to meet the tap ball and perhaps strike properly. And that was what happened yesterday. In the first half, when the Newcastle side were all gingered and fired up, when the defense was all energetic and everything, what was the performance of the striker? There was Rashford. The second half came in. There was a tactical instruction in the dressing room by Hansi Flick, which you saw immediately the second half started. There was a change in dynamic. There was a change in play style for Barcelona team. It was no longer the pass, directness and all of that. It was let's approach with caution. Let's approach like this. Long balls at when due. And that was what led to the first goal.
If you look at it generally, Hansi Flick is a fantastic coach. When he took Bayern Munich that treble, he coached them, no dressing room problems. He treated everybody like equals, gave everybody opportunities.
Once the dressing room problem started, he left the club.
That's how he behaves. When he came to Barcelona, even though that Barcelona didn't give him a lot of players, he worked with what he had and he won the league last season. Now they want to go one further because they finished last season with the semi-finals. They want to go one further. Do you think that this team now? Okay, let's talk about Newcastle because Newcastle is an English club.
Yes.
This is the second time they are going to Champions League probably in 4 years. So they have tested it before. They were knocked out of the group stages. Now is a league format. They have they like more opportunities to qualify for the first 23 or 24 in this Champions League. But do you think that this squad is enough to at least reach the next round of the Champions League?
This Newcastle side. Isak's departure is a very big blow, but they have, let me say, refilled that position with Voltmade and Wissa.
Who started on the bench?
started on
Yes,
the bench
who started from the bench. Yes, so in that encounter, first and foremost, I have to give it to Newcastle for the way they started the game, because they put up
Ginger.
they put
Yeah,
up a
all the
great
ginger for
face.
45 minutes.
Na
So
ginger,
see-
na normal, na normal.
Na normal, you
Na
are
normal
playing
for
them.
FC.
What's the
No,
use?
na normal
You
for
are playing
Newcastle.
FC.
Even when they play
Simple.
Liverpool, they will ginger you.
Get the
Somehow
Get
they
the
will.
goal and
Eh.
defend.
Truthfully, you cannot play that kind of ball for 90 minutes.
Thank you.
That's just the truth.
Thank you. So that's the team. But kudos to them. Another team or a lesser team somewhere else in London would have conceded 6 goals on the night, winking bombastically at Chelsea, because we are going to see this encounter in the next round of game. They would have succumbed to more goals, but they defended well. That Dan Bonds needs to be given some flowers, because the man put in a good shift in
Call
that
his name
encounter.
again. The tallest left back. in
Yes,
Premier League.
they need to give him his flower, because he put in a shift. And
Mm.
with this side that Newcastle have to now strategically go and look at their remaining games, look at where they can pick up 3 points from, so that they ensure that they don't need top 8. Newcastle don't need top 8 in the next round first. Then we'll now talk and focus on knocking teams out in the competition. So for me, for Newcastle, they have a side now to exit this league format and get to knockout football. They have the side, but they need to play smart, and they need to adapt a strategy to be able to beat bigger teams when they meet them.
I think that part of the thing that helped Barcelona is the way they control games. Pedri was fantastic. That boy was picking up passes
you cannot
everywhere.
say
He
anything
was picking
against
up
Pedri.
passes. De Jong was there controlling the whole pace of the game. Pedri was finding all the pocket spaces everywhere. They had quality players in that Barcelona, and that was part of the thing part of the main investment they made in that team, in that midfield, is when they brought in Pedri. Pedri has been fantastic since he came around 18, 19 years at Barcelona, because he played with Messi. He has been phenomenal playing with Barcelona. But fantastic game of football for Barcelona. They went away to St. James's Park to beat Newcastle 2 goals to 1. Rashford scored 2 brilliant goals in that encounter. So let's hope that Rashford from now on will start giving us numbers, because this is his first and second goals. So first and second goal for Barcelona. Let's see that he will start in competitive games. So let's hope that he will do well. After the game, Hans Flick was speaking to the press. He said, "I spoke with Rashford in July, and I told him I need you in my team. I am not surprised that Rashford is a player with amazing talent and an incredible ability to finish attacks, which we are seeing in training."
Of course.
Everybody knows that Rashford is a talented. In fact, nobody can doubt his talent. But everybody is just complaining about the effort. When the pressure comes, you succumb to pressure. That's
remember Godwin, I told you last season when we were having this conversation, I said that when you have players that are going through mental health challenges or having pressure, what they need sometimes is a shrink, not really criticism or this thing. Sometimes what they need is somebody they can open up to, and somebody that can help them build back their confidence. So let's not push this under the carpet, because Rashford is back now, he's performing, but we need to also ensure that he keeps up the numbers.
Yes, the numbers. Yeah, he even spoke after the game. He said, "I feel confidence that Coach Hans Flick has given me. I knew he was a great coach before I got here, but working with him is a real pressure." So let's see how he's going to perform throughout the rest of the games for Barcelona. In the statistics in that game, Newcastle had 10 shots in total. 6 of them were on target, but 35% possession. 282 passes, 72 of them were accurate pass. For Barcelona, they had 19 shots in total, 5 on target. They scored from those 2 from Rashford. Then possession was 65, but normally they will have possession. Then 539 passes, 85 of them were accurate. Fantastic game of football. Fantastic Rashford scoring those 2 fantastic goals. Okay, let's move on to the next game. I know that one John is waiting for, but before then, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Bolt FM Sports. I have few comments here. Let me read it quickly before we move over to the Napoli game. Okay, Chukwuebuka is here. It's a business well done yesterday against Newcastle at St. James's Park. On to the next one. 3 points on each one. is the target.
Mm.
Okay, and Eclectus Obi is here. He's saying Joelinton thought Champions League is Premier League, where he will muzzle players and get away with it. One shirt grip, one yellow card. My guy comport himself. Yeah, I saw that in touch with me. One guy just calm down. Okay, and Eclectus is also saying, please, it's back at Chelsea, Bayern, Newcastle, PSG, and Atlanta in one group. No, but the way they group it, all of you might just group it. Still will group it, and all of them will play each other. You can go there and just check the features of each teams they have. But Barcelona will play Chelsea next, so it's going to be an interesting game. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Manchester City versus Napoli. Haaland is a machine.
Yes.
Haaland has scored 50 goals in 49 Champions League games. That guy is something else. When it comes to goals, just leave it for Haaland. You know, we were arguing the other week, Isak versus Haaland. Just leave that one. When it comes to scoring goals, Haaland is just something else. If you're looking at this pace is going, before he's just 24 years, before he finishes your 30, he will just probably break that 150 something goals for Cristiano Ronaldo if he stays fit. That's why I like him. You see him, his lifestyle, he trains well, he's not reckless, he's always fit, he hardly gets injured.
Thank you.
I just like that boy. That boy is a real professional when it comes to football. But in this particular game against Napoli, the king, as people call him, KDB, came back, but that record in the first half just spoiled the whole game. Once I saw that record, I knew it was over for Napoli in that game. Conte will just struggle in that game.
First and foremost, talking about the legend himself, the living goat, Haaland in that night. 8 goals in the Champions League for Salzburg, 15 for Dortmund, 27 for Manchester City.
Fantastic.
Phenomenal goals.
Fantastic.
And under 49 matches, right?
49 games in 50 goals in 49 games.
Sounds right. That tells you that, you know, Steve's.
Why you look me like that? You can't look me one eye like, can your player ever?
Can your player is his best life ever?
Say it with your mouth. Don't be looking at me like, can your player ever? Because
when you have a goal,
we're happy now that Haaland has scored. It's not a problem. People score goals.
Come on.
People score goals. Records are there to be broken. Records are there to be made, and records are there to be broken.
Even though all the goals came in the second half, but City Opiols, after that record in the 26 minutes, they have played Napoli to win that game.
Bro, that Phil Foden pass, or whatever you want to call it, that Phil Foden. Oh my goodness!
I think people have woken up somehow after this small thing.
Oh my goodness!
This small thing that Pep just did with him, I think he's working with them.
For me, if you look at what the presenter said, he said the vision and the ability for Haaland to see that pass, see where the ball is going, and make that judgment and split decision to head it over the goalkeeper. Phenomenal. That's what. It's not the one that. They are giving you ball. You be positioning your body, position like
that's the kind of ball they give Isak, and he will still score.
I think the problem with Haaland is that before he passes the ball, he imagines what he's going to do.
Thank you.
So look at the goal he scored at the weekend against Manchester United.
Thank you.
That cheap.
Oh my goodness.
He's already ready for waiting for the ball.
He was running into the ball. He don't know anything he want to do. The guy simple. That one now waiting they call speechless. Yes, that's what they call talent. Everybody that was, especially Chelsea fans, everybody that was saying, hey, Napoli go do this one go happen, this one go happen. Our markets, we come back in this Champions League with red eye. Okay. We are here to win and win well.
Calm down. Okay, now, so how did you see this game? Fantastic game for Newcastle.
It was a good game until the red card.
Yeah,
I have to be honest. It was a good game for Napoli until the red card, because look at the way they structured themselves to play. I was expecting the Napoli side to sit deep, pack the box, pack the tray, but I saw something different. I think they were playing kind of, let's close down the midfield, let's close down the gap. And you look at the way they structured themselves to play. I don't see a reason why that guy will commit that tackle. I think it was the last man.
It was the last man.
And again, there was another player running from the other side. There was a goalkeeper. Allow him score at least, or you can still give your goalkeeper the chance. Just you get what you say. You run with him. Now the same what's it called? The same pace. You body him to lose balance.
Like waiting this
guy. When they do and where?
Hurricane Enzo.
Enzo Hurricane. You run into his front, and again, I feel like the defender has more pace than Haaland at that position. So it's better you just outpace him and come into his front for him to foul you.
It was unfortunate though. He didn't know. That
was reckless.
It was reckless, but
that was an amateur mistake.
Yeah, but you know that Haaland is. People don't know that Haaland is fast. Before you could blink, he's just away.
The thing is, people underestimate his pace. So with that, you relax. But I feel like in this one, you could have at least gone one better, run faster. We know that Hurricane is fast, and in no way will you see the rating of Enzo Fernandez being faster than Hurricane. No way. But we saw it. No, but we saw it 2 days ago. We saw it the other night, and Enzo was on the pace with Hurricane and came in front of.
This time he want check carry they run, carry and they run, they go. It was when Hurricane wanted back, he intercepted.
But I think Haaland is a fantastic player. But after America, I think he changed the whole game. But if you look at it, Haaland scored a goal, and once they scored that goal, you know it's practically over for Napoli. You won't blame Conte. Playing 10 man against City at home is really, really hard.
You know, it's hard, but I think they put up a good fight.
Yeah.
I think the side did well. I want to see KDB at Etihad once more again.
They freeze them out. They don't even allow him play anything. It was a fantastic game. Haaland scored the first goal. Then Doku scored in the second goal in the 65th minute, and they controlled the game from beginning to finish. Fantastic game of football. If you look at that Haaland goal, Haaland is just phenomenal. He knows where to position his play, like he knows the position very well, and he scores fantastic goal. If you look at the statistics in that game for Pep Guardiola for Manchester City and I think, for example, let's even talk about KDB. Do you think that KDB, if there were 10 men like do you think that KDB probably would have affected that game more than 10 when they
Why not?
When they were 10 down to 10 men? I think it was hard when they were just defending.
Now look at it now. Di Lorenzo getting that red card forced Policiano to come back, which most times he has. If you look at when Napoli was playing the back three, I think Policiano was playing the back three. Sometimes Lorenzo will play there with the captain bands on, but he forced Policiano to fall back and play as a right back, which is a fool. If you look at him, he plays as a wing back or a winger or forward, but him forcing back to play as a right back became a problem. Now, the other persons in front of him will have to step back a little. You saw Rashmos dropping back. You saw Scott McTominay coming back to play centre back, or perhaps pairing with Lobotka. What's his name? Lobotka. I'm sorry if I'm murdering that name, but you saw him pairing with the defensive midfielder to at least help the midfield defensively, which was one trait about Scott McTominay. No matter how you say, if you're playing attacking play, he's there. If you're playing defensive play, he's there to cover for the team.
Yeah,
I feel like with more bodies,
he's the Serie A player of the season for a reason.
With more bodies falling back to defend, KDB had no options of passes forward.
Okay.
And if you have more bodies running forward for an attack, you have
see the
KDB
passes.
picking those passes immediately. But because of lack of bodies in attack, I feel like he had less options in passing forward. And
fantastic game for Manchester City. If you look at the statistics in that game, Man City had 23 shots in total. 8 of them were on target, 74% possession, 805 passes, and 92 of them were accurate. For Napoli, they had 1 shot on goal, and only 1 shot on target in the whole 90 minutes. I will not blame them though. Between 6% possession, 281 passes. Man City controlled the game. They are playing from beginning to end and won that game comfortably. 2-0. Haaland has scored 50 goals in 49 Champions League games. That guy is something else. Kudos to him. He has done well for himself, and hopefully he will continue doing well till in the nearest future. Okay, let's go quickly with the other games. Copenhagen and Bayer Leverkusen played a 2-2 draw. They were leading well, but they considered last 2 goals in the final minute to draw that game. But it was a fantastic game. They equalized that game, made it 1-1. Then Copenhagen scored again in the 86 minutes. Then they scored again. I think 2 seasons ago they were scoring 90.
Towards the end of
their score, but a fantastic game.
In England, they call it slottage time.
It's not slot time. It's
Slottage time.
It will always be Fergie's time. Where after the 90 minutes, it will always be Fergie. It will always be.
But fantastic game.
He had more records on that winning goal. I think winning outside the
but that time has come and gone.
It has not come and gone.
We are living in slottage time.
Until you break the amount, until you break the number of games where Fergie did it, then we'll say the kind of time have come and gone. When you break that record.
Bro.
But for now, look at Xabi Alonso did it. You get going into games, playing well, defending well. You don't get the winning goal until the 90th minute or the 89th minute, and you score the winning goal towards the end of the game. I think it has worked well for Leverkusen so far. And again, in this one, an own goal was what came to the rescue for them because of too much pressure. I will still say it, own goal na goal, na missed one. Because if I don't pressure you to make that mistake, you don't go make the mistake. So, good game for Leverkusen. Huymand is doing a good job there. I feel like first game was kind of rocky for him. I think he won in the weekend, but it was a narrow escape. This one now, look at performance again. He's structuring the team with the same, no too much changes to what is on ground. A back three, you can move into a back four. You can move into, if you're winning games, you switch into a back four, but a back three and a front three. He's been working well for Leverkusen and he's sticking with it for now.
Okay, John. Let's move on to the next game. Frankfurt beat Galatasaray 5-1. Osibesi should do fast and come back from injury before they
Yeah.
knock
If he
out-
come back,
they
this
knock
game
out-
will still collect.
before they knock out this team from the Champions League. They scored first in that game, but they considered 5 to lose that game 5-1.
It's a poor result for the team, especially when you consider the team they are playing. They are playing Frankfurt. Frankfurt in their own right, they are a big side, like so we say. Even though
No, not be they're alright. They are a big side.
Even though the jury is still out on Frankfurt.
For the level of where Galatasaray dey, Frankfurt na big team. Leave am.
Frankfurt is not a big team.
For the
but
level of Galatasaray, Frankfurt na big team.
we can agree to disagree.
Okay.
Let's agree to disagree, but Frankfurt na big team. So jury should just submit their verdict. But
But actually, they need Osimhen in that team to come back.
For real, they
let's
needed him.
let's be
On the
honest.
night, they needed him, no
Let's,
doubt.
let's be honest about this game, this particular game. Even if Osimhen dey,
They go lose.
they go lose.
I disagree, man.
Even if Osimhen, because see, did you see how they were outpaced in midfield? How they were outrun? I don't know how to say it, but in the game was lost in midfield because if the Galatasaray side could not get 7-10 passes, the Frankfurt side intercepting.
I disagree with you.
They could not go on a spree of 20 passes without the Frankfurt side intercepting one of them.
I disagree with you, man.
Now, see, look at the passes completed and look at the passes made and look at the pass accuracy. Then that tells you that and I know they like keep his stats, but I'm telling you that if you look at the stats
I'm
in your
still
front,
waiting for you to finish because I have a counter to your point.
I'm just saying if you look at the stats in your front, you will see that the pass accuracy, the percentage of pass accuracy tells the full story. That every time they make a pass, every time they make 10-20 passes, there is one intercepted by the Frankfurt side.
The counter to your point is that if you look at this game and if you look at the numbers, possession-wise, Galatasaray had the ball. So all this talk about the speed and the running down with the ball, all of those efforts were destabilized by Galatasaray.
For back passes.
Excuse me. However, Galatasaray lacked a focal point in attack, and that's why they could not do much with the possession that they had in this encounter. If you go look at those numbers, for all the chances created, they had on par shots on target with this thing. So it was fire for fire on par. If you look at missed chances and if you look at other off target and all these other things, they had as much. But the difference is we just talked about City now. We talked about on the night they had 8 chances on target, 2 of which were goals, right? That 8 on target, most of them were saves by the goalkeeper. Now, you look at the same team, the same number of shots on target, the same number of chances created, you look at better possession in that game. It tells you that this team had the ball, they had the opportunity to get chances, but they lack the clinicality they needed up front because the main man, the lightning rod in attack, is missing.
Osimhen, come back. Osimhen, I want you to
I'm
play
just
knockout
saying-
stage football. Osimhen, come
I'm
back
just
sharp.
saying, if he was in this team, they will still lose.
I disagree
Because
with you on that.
Goalkeeper pass to defender pass to left back pass to midfielder pass to right back. Now still the same, you go get possession, you go get more passes. But move forward and see if you can make anything out of it.
That's the initiative I'm saying was missing
But
on the night.
is there no wingers? Why were the wingers not crossing in?
We saw the winger deliver on the first goal at the starting of the game.
Well,
QAD.
I think it's more of a clinicality thing because Frankfurt had 5 shots on target and scored
You know
all
who did
5.
that midfield?
And
Gundo
let's see.
there, Torreira there,
Let's
they
see,
won.
and Gundogan played for them for Galatasaray in that midfield.
Sane and Gundo.
Why this people can't even lose with all these squad players?
Okay, now you ask me.
As who they attack now, Burak Yilmaz we never play better club since in peak for this Shakhtar Donetsk.
Okay, a fantastic game for Frankfurt. They came from a goal down to beat Galatasaray 5-1. Let's see what will happen if they are going to progress to the next round. Okay, let's move on to the other game. Club Brugge surprisingly beat Monaco 4-1. And Fati was introduced in that game and scored on the
He signed his
goal.
name out of that loss.
He scored the only game for Monaco, but a poor result for Monaco. They are still
Nonetheless.
building. They are still building. They said that's what they said that PP is still. Pogba is still building his fitness.
Yes.
I don't know what they mean by that, but he should come into this.
Bro, 2 years without football, you
can-
don't come and start immediately.
Yeah, 2 years
understand.
without
I understand,
football.
but
But
maybe you
you
come
need
out.
to also understand that Pogba was a consummate professional in the sense that that 2 years out, he was still working
He was
out.
training.
But of course, you have to also understand
Match
the
game time.
impact
Yeah.
and match sharpness. It's
Yes.
not the same thing.
Hopefully.
So hopefully we'll see him in the side very soon.
But they lost 4-1. Almost everybody. I think these champions are giving us a fantastic. This did they even have a 0-0? I think we had maybe 1 or 2 0-0.
Yes, Godwin. Another point to be made about this season's Champions League is that if you are opening yourself as a player to red card, you are giving your team a handicap. There's no return leg in this match. So for a team like Chelsea now, let's say peradventure now, a crucial player had gotten a red card. They are going to be going into the game against FCB without a key player. So cards and the way you foul and the way you receive cards in this game, just be sure that you are playing a smaller team in your next game. Otherwise, you could cost your team dearly.
Okay, a fantastic game of Champions League Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The final game though of the Champions League. No be like say I no talk about them. It's Sporting Lisbon and Kairat. That game ended 4-1. Sporting Lisbon, obviously, they are. So I don't know how they qualify for the Champions League, but
playoff.
Yeah, if they are here, that means they are here by merit. So they actually did well, and they even scored 1 goal in that game, but they lost that game against Sporting Lisbon 5 goals to me. I think it's Kazakhstan. They came from Kazakhstan. They play in Kazakhstan league. Even though they are currently they are topping their league in Kazakhstan, but obviously Champions League is different.
Azerbaijan. All these places they don't get all these names of country get the Jan for the end of their name. I don't know how they managed to qualify for the Champions League.
I think because now it's expanded.
Yes, it's expanded.
Going to the playoff routes and getting into the playoff is one good way to start the Premier League. Champions League. Mourinho or text. I will talk about it now. Knocked out. I think Fenerbahce did not qualify for both the Champions League and the other one. So now he's at Benfica.
He's going to play Champions League, and he's going to come back to go to Stamford Bridge for one of those games for Benfica. Somewhere he go see the champion.
He's going to play against Fenerbahce as well.
Yeah, they're not playing Champions League football. They knock them out then. So okay, but let's see what happens in this year's Champions League. Fantastic game of football. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday has been phenomenal. We have seen goals, records everywhere, number of goals everywhere. Hopefully, it will continue that in this way until the end of the season. Probably let the best team win if you play well. But from the knockout stage, you will know who is going to play who and who is going to qualify for the knockout stages. Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Bolt FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. I'll read some of the few comments I have here. Farouk is here. Farouk, welcome to the show. Farouk said Haaland is very good. Being in the right club is also the reason he's striving. Please, what happened to Yamal? He wasn't in yesterday's game. Yeah, he's still having a knock, so he's still nurturing a knock. Hopefully, we'll see him in the next game. He didn't play at the weekend, and he didn't play in yesterday's game. So hopefully, he's going to come back. They'll have more options in that Barcelona attack. Okay, Chicos here is here. Chicos says, "Oga, come win Arsenal. Make we see." You know fit win comfortably without the help of referee. Okay, talking about Man City. If it's Madrid, it will be home advantage. If you win Arsenal, I will be Madrid. Okay, he said if you win against Arsenal, I will be throwing my respect to you here and there. Okay, here and there for you from that day henceforth. We will see that stuff you are made of after the weekend. Yeah, Manchester City will going to play Arsenal at the weekend. Okay, we will see what will happen with that. Okay, I will have a new guy, a new person here. Handsome, Yomi Handsome, welcome to the show. Yomi Handsome, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us on today's show. He said Haaland is a technical striker, very good CF. Osimhen's absence in Galatasaray affected their power force up front because he's becoming a face. Okay, the ball in the face of their scoring points. Yeah, they missed Osimhen yesterday. Okay, Yomi Hamson, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Okay, and Athletic will be saying Chigozie, as long as Champions League is concerned, Napoli is not a threat. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, okay, he's also saying, and Athletic is also saying, Arsenal go cry on weekend. No worry. Okay, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be two big games at the weekend.
Yes, now.
Manchester United will be playing Chelsea on Saturday, and Man City will be playing Arsenal on Sunday. So by tomorrow we'll sit down and talk about all those games that will happen. Okay, there are a few games that are going to happen today in the top 5 list. For in La Liga, Real Betis will play Real Sociedad by 8 p.m. Let's get your prediction for that game. Real Betis versus Real Sociedad. Who wins?
Sociedad winning.
And also who wins? Okay, in the Serie A, Lecce will play Cagliari. Who wins?
Draw.
Also?
I'm staying out of this one. I'm staying out of this. No, I'm staying out of this one.
Okay, Bundesliga, Stuttgart will play St. Pauli. Who's going to
Stuttgart.
Nah,
everybody will say
Stuttgart.
then finally
it could be a draw, but
finally in Ligue 1, Lyon will play Angers. Who wins in that game?
Lyon.
Lyon is going
Angers.
to win.
Lyon.
Angers, they will take out their anger on Lyon.
Okay, quickly, the MPFL, I told you we were going to discuss the MPFL every Friday. We'll discuss a little bit what is happening at the MPFL. Okay, I'll give you the features of the weekend's game. All the games will happen on Sunday. No games on Saturday. Castan United will play Wiki Tourist on Sunday, 4 p.m. All of these games by 4 p.m. Shooting Stars will play Kun Khalifat. Then Baru will play Rivers United. Okay, that game has been postponed already. But Bayelsa United will play Nassau United. Enyimba will play Bendel Insurance. El Kanemi Warriors will play Warri Wolves. Remo Stars will play Kano Pillars. That game has been postponed. Okay, other games have been postponed. Rangers International Enugu versus Abia Warriors has been postponed too. Kwara United versus Plateau has been postponed. And Niger Tornadoes will play Ikorodu City in the games at the weekends. Okay, let's see what happens in this game. But all those games that have been postponed will be rescheduled in further games. Okay, let's start taking phone calls to get all your contribution about the Champions League and all these things we are talking about. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, what is your contribution? Okay. Before Uncle.
Everybody with their choices, so
And they are playing away from home. Yeah. Okay. Finally, now you go score attack.
Yes? Normally, it's sure for me. It's sure for me.
Okay.
It's sure for me.
Thank you very much. Okay, it's going to be an interesting weekend. Join us tomorrow. Don't miss tomorrow's preview. This sports show tomorrow is going to be an interesting show. Manchester United will be playing Chelsea and Man City will be playing Arsenal. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Name and location, please. Good morning to you.
Everybody they talk about Monaco, what they play Monaco. I watched that game live. I watched from 0 to 10. Monaco they confused for that match. Like you know what if you play person confused, they 100% confused. Monaco couldn't complete any one pass, like one pass to each other. Like I said, I told someone that it's hard for you to come to their home and defeat them. They may come away and defeat them, but they are not their home. Go and check their Champions League record.
They had.
I tell you, check the Champions League they had. Then Gala, go shop Gala yesterday.
I like how you they call them Gala. Nigerians.
Yeah. Now, John.
When last they win Bundesliga, bro? You forget about it. They are not a big team, bro.
Okay.
Nothing you want to tell me.
When it took Liverpool 30 years to win Premier League, was Liverpool not a big team?
Oh.
There we are.
Oh,
They were not. They were not.
Thank you.
Just as Manchester United now is not a big team.
Okay.
When it takes you 50 years to win Premier League, you know the big team. That one there aside.
Okay.
For Barcelona, Newcastle.
Yeah.
Newcastle shocked me yesterday.
Mm.
But their coach, I blame that their coach. How you go there vote a medic?
That's it now.
You need a vocal man there. And I went to confuse back at that yesterday. I didn't vote a medic Newcastle for those school.
Mm.
I'm telling you, look at where he came in. The hold up play lead to their goal. His own hold up play lead to the goal.
I don't know.
I see my son Rashford.
This is a nice song.
That goal now, the kind free kick when he scored against Chelsea for FA Cup.
yes, against Caballero,
Okay.
against Caballero 2019.
John, I tell you, last season I predicted the winners of Champions League. I said either Arsenal, Barcelona, Bayern, and PSG. The same thing is happening this season again.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you.
John, I'm not going anywhere.
All right.
It
thank
concern you. At least you know the Champions League.
Okay, let's see what will happen in this Champions League. 0706-048-5853. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good
Name
morning.
and location, please. Okay, your contribution.
I'm doing capacity in Verakakara.
Mm-hmm.
But even though 30% did that match, they will score them that 5-1.
Mm.
I don't feel surprised you are this.
It didn't pay you.
So look at surprise you. No be to be like 1-1 against Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
The threat, I know.
Okay, thank you very much. You know, easy finally, Sha. I think the last score was right. If they played the striker in that team, maybe
If they had played the first striker in that team, let's be honest about it. That was the game plan Barcelona saw coming. Start vote, they shut him down, put one player to him to shut
try
him
he
down.
bought in a striker, just play him.
Now, see,
All
look at
this-
that.
all
Like,
this
see,
thing,
Godwin,
all this
we
thing.
can sit here and say
You
the
play
coach,
safe.
the coach made a wrong sub. Like,
Well,
like I
how
said,
it works. If you do your own tactics, it works. They will
they hate
if
you.
you
So
know
now
what-
we are questioning why.
that's the thing how you football
But
works.
I'm saying him starting with Made was
Hello.
the right choice.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. Name and location, please.
My name is Ibrahim. I'm calling from Ogbon.
Okay, your contribution.
Yeah, congratulations to my team Barcelona
Okay.
for beating Newcastle 2-1. Well, that game was really tense for me actually
Mm.
because playing without Lamine and playing Rafinha at the right side out of his favorite position.
Yes.
Come on now.
Yes.
A lot of worries. And then I would like to use this opportunity also to apologize to Marcus Rashford because I never supported him coming to Barcelona.
Same here.
Yes, because I felt I'm still feeling it, not that I felt. I still feel that Englishmen don't actually play for Barcelona,
Yeah.
But let's see how it goes.
Okay.
With the German tactician, let's see how he manages Rashford in the team. Congratulations to Rashford for those 2 goals. He's the hero of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened to Newcastle coach. How do you make 4 substitutions at a time in a game? Just change 4 people immediately. I don't know what happened with this team. Changing 4 players at once. That's the whole new team doing at the time.
Okay.
But then it's his decision, but I can't go to that point.
All right. Thank.
That
3 points. Very, very important. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, please.
Okay.
Atlanta, they are doing disciplinary measures to this man.
Yes, but
It's uncalled for.
Not from you.
and
Who
Thank
yeah,
you.
Yeah, talking about.
Try to discipline a player and you are losing 4-0. Who is losing?
Okay, I think that thank you very much. I think that has been resolved. The news that broke yesterday is that he is going to be joined back to the team, and because of the whole thing, he's spoken to the coach, and the coach is going to join back to the team. So maybe probably this weekend he will start playing because he's been out of the match day squad since the season started. But I think everything has been resolved. With him and Atlanta and the coach. He is part of the Champions League squad. He is part of the Serie A squad. So let's hopefully you will start seeing him. You see, because he been out as of Atlanta squad since July. Lookman returned to the training yesterday. So he has returned training. He has clarified everything with their coach, Juric, to continue with Atlanta. So we're going to start seeing him from the next game. Okay, let's take more phone calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, name and location.
Yes, my name is Songa Vitalis, Manchester Public.
Oh, okay, you ran away yesterday.
You ran away, have you?
Now, who is Padohu Naja? And who want me to?
Okay. Now just they do them. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe about 4 or 5 vendors for day back. This will move around and attack them. At least one week, maybe 2-1 or 2-2 or 3-2. Also, they will do something about it.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Talking about Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho is the new Benfica coach, and he was talking yesterday. Said, I want to tell you that none of the clubs I had the opportunity to coach have motivated me more than this being a Benfica coach. He used to say all this every time he goes anywhere. The promise is clear. I will leave for Benfica. For my mission, it is a tremendous honor to coach Benfica.
He was once a former coach.
Do you think that
Benfica.
he can win this league against Porto? The Porto they are sporting. Do you think he can win now?
He can win this Portuguese league.
Yes, do you think?
Bro, he can win it 1,000 times, yes.
Okay.
It's just we are talking about.
What do you think?
Uh-uh.
You know, they brought it to Turkey to try and break that streak.
They're not going back the man. They just design old men for him.
Okay, what do you think? Do you think he can win the league with Portuguese?
The same players he needed, the strikers he needed.
You want yourself.
He said it's an honor. Benfica, motivates me. And also Roma motivated me, win Conference League for them. Fenerbahce motivated me, no qualify for Champions League, and now European football. Now Benfica is going to motivate him again to do another one. Let's see how the season goes. I'm not going to say if he is or if he's not.
He's going to do it. He has the team
now
to do it.
people who are in pole position to win the league again is Porto.
Oh yeah,
and Sporting is being
always favorite when it comes to Portuguese league. Porto is always the favorite. But let's see. Jose Mourinho has a new coach. He was sacked with from Fenerbahce after he lost.
No, what I was talking. You know when I said about meeting Benfica it was Benfica that knocked him out of the Champions League.
So now he's going to be coaching Benfica, and at some point in this Champions League, he is going to travel to Stamford Bridge to take on Chelsea. So it's going to be an interesting game. Jose Mourinho is one of the best coaches in the world. He is the special one. He is one and only special one. Hopefully, he will do well for Benfica. Finally, on our YouTube channel, before we call it a day, Chukwuebuka is back. He's saying Barcelona is on a mission. Mission 1 delivered. Jadon Sancho is here. Jadon Sancho is saying, okay, Newcastle deserves a better result against Barcelona. Big Dan, welcome to the show. Big Dan, I'm not. This is your first time. If it's your first time, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Big Dan, welcome. He said Rashford, the rejected stone in Manchester United is now the Igbodo you speak.
Igbodo Jiolu na
Igbodo Jiolu na Barcelona. Congratulations to him. Okay, Big Dan, thank you for joining us on today's show. Remember to subscribe to our channel Is how I'm going to end today's show. Fantastic Champions League week from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Come and see football everywhere. This is what Champions League is all about. Fantastic games everywhere. This weekend is going to be a big weekend. Join us tomorrow on YouTube at 8 a.m. Join us live here on radio 8 a.m. It's going to be a fantastic weekend for us because Manchester United will play Chelsea and Arsenal will play Manchester City in this weekend's game. Join us tomorrow 8 a.m. sharp. And we'll be giving you what we think will happen in those games. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, go and subscribe to our channel. Please
Yes.
subscribe to our channel. Go now and subscribe.
And like
at
the
Gold
video.
FM Sports. That is our channel on YouTube. Thank you very much for being part of this family. Tomorrow we are back 8 a.m. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful day.
Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage.
That's for you.